So everybody's curious about my criminal record. Now I haven't had a chance to go to the state police barracks and get the actual criminal record. But what I want to explain is this: I was homeless from 2008 to 2011. During that time, I incurred a lot of trespassing, loitering, and what's called prowling. Now, what is prowling? Basically, if you're walking around after 10 p.m. in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, you can get a prowling charge. That's essentially how it works. What the reason Daywave Radio will have to pay for this is because they misrepresented this as a charge of voyeurism. I have never committed an act of voyeurism in my life. Okay? That's why I'm pissed about that. The whole Eliana thing, I actually do want to say this, and I'm saying this to you. You know who you are. I do think it's good. I think that a lot of the stuff that you're saying now, you should have said to me. Okay? And I'm very sorry that I made you feel as uneasy as I did. I didn't know I was making you feel that uneasy. You weren't as clear as you are now. Okay? And I apologize that I made you feel that uneasy, but I didn't know that. Okay? And honestly, what's funny is we needed to talk about this stuff for a good long time and get it out in the open. I would have preferred it was between you and me only, but in a way that's kind of what we're doing now, is we're kind of talking about it. I hope you watch my videos, and I hope you understand that. I wish you were more clear with me in the past, but you weren't. And all these people that are talking, I'm not gonna bother. I'll wait until I have to contest whatever is going on. I'm not gonna do this thing with, oh well, like, because you fibbed a lot. You did tell a lot of fibs, and I'll wait. I have witnesses that know things about our interactions. Remember, I had friends too on Facebook that I also have in real life that were friends on Facebook. I'm not mad about anything that you said. Okay, as I said, I take full responsibility for how this worked out because I'm older than you, especially when you were 22. Of course, I was older than you because I was like 35 or something like that. And I understand that, it was my responsibility. I didn't know that things were the way they were, though. You weren't as clear as you could have been, but I did have some hints. But the thing is, you would also counteract those hints by saying other things. And that's not what's important. The important thing is that you're actually letting me know how you really felt. And that's important to me. It's important to me that you let me know how you feel. And I wish you would have done this years ago. I really do. I think that you deserve to, feel safe and secure. And I'm sorry that I made you feel unsafe. Okay? As for those trolling accounts that drove me nuts, obviously with these people constantly bragging that they know this troll or that troll, like Tig Manson and Chimichanga Chimmy and this one and that one, they weren't, and the one Eliana's Taco, for God's sake, again, I would never make that. You have to understand, these are completely fabricated accounts that I had nothing to do with. And I really do believe, because I didn't do anything until that Michael Sanchez account, I really do believe that somebody, because you said one of the parts of that was that I tried to friend request you with false accounts. That's not true. I did not try to friend request you with falsified accounts. I did contact you with the Michael Sanchez account, okay, over the math class thing that I didn't know that you didn't know about the math class, okay? And again, I'm sorry for that. That was another misunderstanding. I'm actually glad that I'm starting to understand things because you're telling other people, but I really think you should have told these things to me. And that's the only part that's kind of a little bit annoying. And also the fibs that you've been telling. You've been telling a lot of lies, but not enough that it makes me angry. Okay, I'm not going to get angry at you. I don't think I can get angry at you. I do think what you need to know, I do think that it's absolutely adorable that you think, honestly, your anger, you're mean, you're like how mean you are. I used to wake up to that every morning for 16 years. That's like normal. That's not, actually that's less than normal of my ex. Do you understand that? So don't worry if you weren't mean, and I didn't take that as being mean. I'm basically just doing whatever I can before I get boned legally. And letting you know everything I can before I get boned legally. I am going to have to contest it because I don't know if that's an accurate criminal record. And I'll be able to figure that out. The thing that throws me off is I've never received stolen property, and I've never conspired to receive stolen property. That's never been anything that I've ever done in my life. The prowling charge, prowling is not, people like to make it out to be this horrible thing. It's not what it seems. And I'm going to leave a Pennsylvania definition of what prowling is in the description. I'm not a terrible person. And you have to understand, again, these charges were not necessarily convictions. And I can explain them all to anyone that asks. Not publicly, but yeah, I have different charges. And if I take the time to go to the state police barracks and get them, they're not that serious of charges. They're really not. But the fact that Daywave Radio used these charges, publicly read them out loud, which is illegal, and then used them to incite the public against me, which is illegal. Whenever you get criminal records, you have to promise that you're not going to use them to harass or intimidate people. And they did harass and intimidate me over my phone, constantly calling me, knowing that I didn't want to talk to them, and having other people constantly call, text, etc. And these are crimes in the United States, okay? And what I want to let you know, Eliana, I'm very sorry about how things turned out. I wish they turned out better. I wish you were more open with me at the time. And it's okay that you weren't. I understand. Like, this is the thing. You have to understand. I'm not going to get mad at you. I take responsibility for that. Like I said, I was like 35 and you were 22. And, whatever. I mean, I'm not going to get into what you said and what you didn't say. We know the conversations we had. And I'm not trying to make you look foolish. Okay, I'm not trying to make you look foolish. I could, and I have witnesses, but I'm not going to make you look foolish over the internet like this because that's wrong. Okay, despite everything that's happened to me, I don't want to make you look foolish. And I really never want to make you look foolish. I think you're not foolish. You're a good person. But I want you to take into consideration, these are all things that we should have been conversing about years ago. And this wouldn't have gotten to this level of craziness. And it's okay that everything turned out this way. It just, the whole thing with my criminal record and all that probably isn't my criminal record, that's a little bit ridiculous. Okay? And that's not your doing, that's their doing. They could have easily gotten a criminal record and quietly gave it to you instead of using it to harass and intimidate me, which is illegal. And that's what you need to understand. I'm not mad at you at all, Eliana. And I think that you did a really good job of handling this. I do think you fibbed a lot, and I think you told a lot of half-truths. I think you left out a lot of things. And I could explain things a lot more about, things you said about our age difference and stuff like that. And I remember a lot of things. Remember, I have a good memory too. And I just want you to know I'm not here to do that to you. I'm not here to make you look foolish or anything like that. I am going to have to contest this thing, though, probably based on the false criminal record. I think there's a false criminal record there. Or there's false charges in there. And then in that case, I'll have to figure them out on my own. But my point is that this has gotten to a level that is ridiculous, and this has been handled very one-sidedly. Although I have had a chance to speak out on my channel. And I hope you're watching my videos. I hope you're understanding what I'm saying. I hope you realize I'm not angry at you. I've been very frustrated, but that was because of these trolls that were pretending to be your family. And I know you think I'm making it up, but I'm not making it up. I'm really not. These trolls, Tig Manson, Chimichanga Chimmy, Eliana's Taco, Natural Bodybuilder 100%, all these Ice Queen, I'm trying to think of all of them. There's so many of them, it's ridiculous. They were not me. They were not me. And they were arguing with me. Some of them, like Tig Manson, Chimichanga Chimmy, your big head, your giant big head, And if you notice, people like J.J. Stoner have made fun of my big head. My head's not that big, for God's sakes. So perhaps that might be who my big head is. Your big head, your giant head, those things. That might be who that is. I don't know. I don't know for sure, but I wouldn't doubt anything. I think a lot of these trolls are alternate accounts of the people that run these programs, these YouTube programs. And I think that you've been taken for a ride. I really do. But I am glad that everything's out in the open. I am glad that I have a clearer understanding of everything that's going on, or that was going on. I so wish you could have been more honest with me. Okay? And I do believe you that the reason you weren't more honest with me is because you didn't want to hurt my feelings. I also know that you cared about me. Okay? And I know that you said you didn't care about me, etc., and that's fine. But the reason you didn't want to hurt my feelings and the reason you went so gentle with me was because you cared about me, and you know it. And I know you said some things on the show, blah, 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 blah. That's all in the past. Okay? I don't hold grudges against you. And I still take responsibility for what happens, even though you're 26 now. Because, I was older than you. And yeah, that's about it. And I don't infantilize you, okay? Or that's not what I'm doing. The reason I would always try to be extra kind to you, I guess is how you would say it, or extra gentle with you, is I never wanted to push you away. And I think, interestingly enough, that is what pushed you away. And I'm sorry about everything. And that's all. You know that we had a more active social life on social media, and I have witnesses that know that also, and that's not a problem. Not for what's going on here, because I don't want to publicly humiliate you or anything like that. That's not my goal. But I do care deeply for you. I will always care deeply for you. But the thing is, I'm going to have to make myself indifferent to you. And that's going to be very hard to make myself as indifferent as I have to be. Because I spent 6 years in love with you. And that's the truth. And I'm going to have to work on making myself indifferent to you. Okay? So I'm not trying to humiliate you or anything like that. And that's really it. I just want you to know that. However this turns out, this is not going to turn into me against you. This will turn into me against the system, maybe, but it's not going to turn into me against you. I'm not going to humiliate you or anything like that. Or not purposely. I care greatly for you, kiddo. Oh, I said kiddo. Uh-oh, what's going to happen now? Anyway, I hope you're doing well. And I care, like I said, I care greatly for you. And thank you for the free math and Spanish lesson. And I do have higher testosterone than Royce. Just look at our body compositions.